Hey, it's me again, Chris King with Pampered Sisters, and this is, I guess, take 6. I have been trying how to tell you everything going on in Pampered Sisters and the right way and not to overload you, because I know me, when a person starts talking too much, I scroll through. I don't finish watching the YouTube, or I scroll through the Facebook, and we're not even gonna talk about Instagram and Twitter. But anyway, here it is, June 2021. It looks like the country is on an uphill battle now with the pandemic. I mean, we're like hitting the numbers. It's going down. People are returning to work. And however you feel, good, bad, or indifferent, we are on the upside of it. Thank God. Thank God. We have all learned so much. I know I have during this pandemic. I mean, March 2020, we packed up at our office to go home and work remote, and it was only supposed to be for a couple of weeks, and it ended up being a year and a half almost. And so here I am with the Pampered Sisters, which I started. For those of you who don't know, I'm Chris King with Pampered Sisters Artisan Bath Products. I've been making soap since 2008 as a business. My mom and I started it. My daughter and I continue it. My grandma taught me how to make soap, and I just from there started doing it as gifts and as a hobby. And then after career changes, college, restaurants, kids, family, marriage, all of the above, here I am. And so right now, Pampered Sisters has sustained, and that's where I'm at. I do online orders. I was doing farmers markets and craft shows and consignments. I do online orders. I do wholesale orders. I do private labels, and corporate baskets and corporate accounts. And so that's kind of the gist of what Pampered Sisters is. I make homemade, handcrafted soaps, body butters, lotions, sugar scrubs, bath bombs, soy candles, things that are good for you, but using natural, luxury, moisturizing, hugging, skin loving, hugging oils and butters. And that's what I do. I love a nice gentle fragrance or essential oil because I have allergy problems. I'm in Texas, and you know, I have allergy. I always have. But anyway, let me tell you, I told you a little bit about myself, and let me get my little paper, because I am one that has to follow something or I'll start messing up. Okay, so I gave you my intro, told you what I sold, why I do it. I do it because I used to, when I was in corporate America, used to always love going to a spa. No, really, I take that back. When I had my restaurants, I used to love going to a spa, you know, having my me time and my Pampered Sister time. And those are expensive. And after my restaurants in airports, 911, bellied up, that was my pandemic. I couldn't go to the spas like I used to. And the one complaint I had about the spas was that once you spend a whole day in there getting all beautified, detox and everything, you walk outside in Houston, immediately the pollen, the smog, the pollution, everything would just hit you. And by the time you got to your car, it felt like you were just, you know, back to normal. Nothing was really accomplished in the spa. So I created products that I could use at home in my own bathroom, made my master suite, ensuite as they say, my oasis for getting away. So I wanted to share that with others, so I make baskets and things like that. So now I'm coming to you because for the first time since 2008, Pampered Sisters is full-time. That's my grandkids clapping. Yes, I was a small business advisor. I worked with small businesses. My background and my graduate degree is in accounting. I worked with them setting up their projections, putting together performers for them to go after bids, for them to submit for SBA loans, for them to strategically plan their business and how it related to their business plans that I would help them create. I watched mom and pops grow from working out of their garage to buying property, $1 million property, and building out and becoming huge manufacturing or huge wholesalers or huge stores. I was able to be along that journey, and I appreciate that because I learned so much. You can take so much from everything and apply it. And so with those skills that I have and doing Pampered Sisters on the side, which I have been doing all these years, I would work my full-time job and then come in and do Pampered Sisters, I was able to grow my business. But one thing I did learn is that you can't really commit as much as you want to if you're not in the business like you really want to. I know that doesn't make any sense, so let me break it down. There are so many things that I wanted to do I couldn't do, even though I tried. I would take off vacations for big shows. I would take off vacations for industry conference. I would take off and do those things, and I would come back so fired up and ready to do it, and I couldn't because time didn't permit. Well, 12 years into my job, something happened that I didn't plan on happening because I was planning on retiring from SBDC and then just slide into Pampered Sisters as my retirement business. But what ended up happening, I was approached in the month of March or April. I think it was April. I was approached by a headhunter that says, hey, we want you to come work for us. You have the skill set. We work with small, mid to mid-sized companies expanding, and they use QuickBooks. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll have the same benefits. It was working from home, which I was loving because SBDC was getting ready to return back to work. So it was working from home. I was going to have the same benefits, everything. I thought this was going to be a match made in heaven, and I could still work on Pampered Sisters. About 30 days in, I get a phone call, and I'm thinking everything's okay and everything. I was getting a couple of clients. I was still in training the 90 days, but I get a phone call at the end of the day saying, you're not an organizational, this is not going to be an organizational fit for us. And I'm like, huh, okay. I was shocked, blindsided, and everything because I didn't know what I did. For them not to think that I couldn't fit in, because people that know me know I fit in everywhere. I'm either a great team player or I'm a great leader. That's just the way I roll. But anyway, for whatever reason, I realized from that conversation the mindset to powers to be had already been made up. The trigger was pulled, and I was the lamb on the chopping block, which is okay. I can't be mad at anybody because for whatever reason, in their mind, I wasn't a good fit. So when you don't fit, nothing you can do is going to make it work. And so I was like, okay. So after the phone call was over, I really sat in shock. I wasn't mad, I wasn't sad, I wasn't crying. I was just shocked because I left a job that I was at working, complacent, but okay. To go over here thinking this was gonna be the opportunity in my retirement job, and then this happened. You know, like they say, and then this happened. Okay, so that's what happened. And so I called my daughter or my mother, I forget which one I called first. They're both like the ones I go to. And it wasn't hard to call my daughter because she lives with me and her children because she recently divorced and her kids moved in, and we just are a family like that. We take care of each other. So I called my daughter or my mother. Both of them said the same thing, bottom line. They both said, well, it's time to take Pampered Sisters to the next level. You've always been wanting to do that. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah. So here it is. I am finally embracing Pampered Sisters. No, let me dial it back. Not quite, hadn't embraced it yet, okay? But then I get a phone call from a girlfriend that had picked up my book out of the blue that she bought a year ago. And she was reading it. And she called me that morning before all of this other news, and she said, Chris, In your book about detours and distractions, you say detours are life-changing events, you know, good or bad, and distractions are something that are self-induced. And so one of the things she said is, she says, you don't have Pampered Sisters in there as a detour. And I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, well, I guess I never really considered it a detour. She says, but you say detours are good and bad. They're just life-changing. And I was like, yeah. And so that in the back of my head, then my mom and my sister say this, and I'm thinking, you know what? I never really embraced Pampered Sisters as being that detour. I am now. Pampered Sister is open for business full time. I also, things showing up in the works. Just as I accepted this job, I have picked up 2 additional wholesale accounts. I have a couple already, but I picked up bigger ones, and I was like trying to work that in on my work schedule of my new job. And I was trying to work that in while I was doing everything. But I picked up 2 additional new accounts. And I was like, oh my God, you know, things are just really working out, that I picked up 2 additional wholesale accounts, and then this happened. And so here I am working on Pampered Sisters full time, and I really got motivated working on Pampered Sisters, if you want to know the truth, back in October of last year. And the reason why is because it was last summer, because I had started working on Cowgirl Christmas silk series, me and my daughter, and that took so much time and planning. I said, oh, we should do this at least 4 times a year. I had planned one for Mother's Day, wrote it all out, had the script, did everything, but then the job happened and we didn't have time to launch. I made the product and everything. I just put it on the site and did just a regular sale, but I wasn't able to launch like I wanted to. And that's the thing. When you have a full-time job, you have to work around your business, which I'm not knocking it because it got me this far, but I couldn't do all of the things I wanted to do. Just like I had planned a Mother's Day launch, and on that launch, I had also planned on launching my new logo. I had just recently changed my logo, but I changed it again because I was working with someone that had updated my website. And so that was the other part. And see, there is so much more I want to tell you, but I'm not going to bore you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you while I'm either making soap, doing my soap demos, my bath product demos, or sometimes I'll have pampered moments when I just share with you how to take care of yourself. Not how you should take care of yourself, how I should take care of myself, and I'm just sharing it with you. The other things I'm going to do is share when I am taking you along on my journey of how I'm growing my business, because it might help you if you're in business. And if you have things you want to share with me, I welcome it, because see, this is the thing. I don't know everything. One of my weaknesses, I know my weakness. One of my weaknesses, I do not know social media. I have no idea how to get 1,000. Everybody's like, when they get on YouTube and they says, I want to thank everybody. I got 10,000 subscribers. I don't even have 1,000 yet. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that in Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. And so if you want to drop it in the box on things I should do, please let me know. And I will share with you. Support my business, I support yours. I've always supported other small businesses. My mom taught me that when she had her small business. We would go buy things at other small businesses because she said that's what makes the world go around. See, my thing is, I'm not just creating a business so I can have an income. I'm creating a business so that others can have an income, because I want to grow this manufacturing business to the point that I can have others come and work with me so that they get in and they fit in. See, because at Pampered Sisters, we all fit in. I am so into it that I just finished, which I'm happy about, my operations manual. I have a business plan, but I created an operations manual. A lot of people think when you start a business that you need a business plan, and you do, but that's only part of it. You need a business plan, You need a marketing plan. You need projections to follow. You need budgets, all of that. Even if it's just being a consultant, you need a plan. You even need an operations plan. And like my operations plan, something as simple as what to do on work week day 1. So my manufacturing days are Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And my shipping days are, I think, Friday. I have to look and see. And then my days where I do social media is when I will, if I'm not posting, I'm editing videos that I'm doing. Because right now, my videos are going to be like, I guess, my lifeline. I'm going to I set my little studio up, and I have cameras now. Every time I'm at my soap table and making things, I will record it. I don't know where I'm going to put it on YouTube or Instagram, or the grandkids are telling me about TikTok, but I'm doing all of that. And so anything that you want to share with me, please check out my site, www.PamperedSisters.com. And if you know of anybody that needs product and you already, you have product, tell them about my site. I sell online, I do wholesales, I do private labels, and I take corporate accounts. I welcome you. I am interviewing for your business, for you to be a subscriber, a follower, liking me, sharing me, whatever you want to do. Send me hearts, emojis, whatever. Comment, I welcome it. I'm a small business owner. I'm a Black-owned business owner. I'm Chris King with Pampered Sisters Artisan Bath Products. Talk to you later. Bye.